Hi everybody, this is Diane. I'm working on the red color project journal today, but I wanted to show you quickly some of the ephemera pieces that I created to put into the orange. For the other journals, I didn't really have to create pieces, but I didn't have much. I think I cut some die cuts for one of the other journals, but this one I needed to do a little bit more. This washi tape is pulling up, so I just want to put some glue stick on it. All right, so let me just show you quickly what kind of ephemera pieces I made out of pieces of cardstock that I like, scrap cardstock. So that's stamped. These are both stamped and then cut out. And I just glued them there. That one also. I did a lot of journaling pieces that I stamped and then cut out. I punched these out of scraps of paper. That one I stamped. That one I stamped. And this one I stamped. So I just didn't have a lot of orange ephemera. So this I stamped and cut out and glued on as a pocket. The butterfly is stamped too, but I had that already done in my stash. These are supposed to be glued together. I had punched out the flower and the circle. Of course, my glue just seeped out all over. And these two pieces I stamped. So you get the idea. I just took journaling cards or journaling stamps and stamped them on orange cardstock and cut them out. I thought that I created this one too. I had this piece in my stash, and then I stamped this on a 2.25 inch or 2.5 inch circle that I punched out and created that little piece. Oh, I knew I had a die cut in here. There it is. This is a die cut, and then I punched the scalloped circle and glued that in the center, stamped that. So that's just 2 signatures, and there was more similar items in that. So I love the way this collage turned out, and this is going to be the bead dangle that will be on the spine. I had these 2 long pieces already done, and this one was already done too, so all I had to do was add them to the chain, and I will be adding that to the spine. So let's get going on the red one. I have to design the collage on the front. So I've got lots of little pieces here. I do have lots of red small pieces. I think I'm struggling with journaling cards and larger things for the red, but we'll see how it goes. Let's pick a focal point for the cover. That looks good, but the red doesn't stand out from the back very well. You'd have to have something behind it. I wonder if I could grab a doily and put that behind it. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a doily. I'm back. Maybe that's all it needs. I didn't, oh yeah, I did pull out some red postage stamps. I believe I like that. So I think we're going to have to Mod Podge again, so we can get that doily on there. Let's see if I can do it without making quite the mess that I did yesterday. Oh, I forgot I dropped my cup in there yesterday and I didn't go back and get it out. That was part of the mess that I made. My little plastic cup from yesterday is in there because I went to empty my extra Mod Podge into it and just dropped the whole cup in. This is Color Project Journal number 5 of 6. Once I get the red one done, I can start on the green one, and that will be the last one. I have some finishing touches to do on the others. The orange one isn't sewn together yet, but the other 3 are. But I do have finishing touches to add. think that is stamped with Stays-On ink, so it shouldn't bleed. It already had a little bit of a red smear in the center from the center of the stamp touching the ink pad. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I'll just coat the back of it with Mod Podge so that they have the same coating, same finish. And of course it will all dry clear. Now can I dump my Mod Podge back in there without dropping the whole cup? I'll let you be the witness. Nope, you can't see it. And I will just set this aside to dry. And I will wipe up my drip. Oh, I ran out of baby wipes. I'm not at all prepared today, am I? Bought more baby wipes yesterday. Okay, I think we're ready to start decorating now. I've already started decorating my red pages. I did have trouble finding enough red pages also. I had 5 red pages pulled. When I went through all my scrapbook paper and pulled out all the various colors, I ended up with 5, and I needed 9. So I had to go looking again, and I found that one, which is probably more pink than red, but it has a lot of red in the background, so I went with it. I pulled this red grid. That doesn't count as one of the 9 pages. I wanted 9 scrapbook pages. 3 for each signature. I pulled this out of one of my collections, the Homemakers stuff that I had set aside. It does have a little bit of aqua in the plaid, but beggars can't be choosers. What was the other ones that I pulled? Oh, I pulled some Tim Holtz paper, the airmail paper. It's got gray grid on the back, so that's a neutral color. And then this is red. And oh, I found this in my boho stuff, and this is a digital. So I counted that as a scrapbook page, I think. So I ended up with enough. So I have put on the lace and the fabrics in all of the signatures. And I started adding pockets and embellishments. I found this pad of note paper. I think I got this from an Etsy shop quite a while ago, so I don't remember which one. But it had a couple that have red print, so I used those. I wanted to use this Apple sticky note pad that somebody sent me. The oranges I used in the orange journal, and I wanted to use these, but it is impossible. It's so sticky up here, it's impossible to get that off without tearing. So I gave up. And plus, it's really sticky on the outside. It leaves sticky residue. So I gave up on that idea. Sorry, I tried. So that's when I found these. So I use those. And I have lots of little red pieces. This is from a children's book, and I liked that it had the red. So I glued that piece to a piece of cardstock. This is a piece of stationery, and the envelopes in the center of the signatures go with this stationery set. This is handmade paper. And this was just a scrap. I glued on a couple of stamped pieces and then tucked a red library card in there. I was wondering about adding that with a brad. I thought I would have a red brad in here, but I don't see any. Could color it with alcohol inks, but I'm not going to go to the mess just for one little brad. I'll just use a white one. This paper has a dot grid on it. You probably can't see the dots from way up here. So I think I had decided I was going to stamp on this page, and then I decided I'd better start my camera. What I wanted to do was get the sewing done before I started. And I did that, and then I just kept going. It's funky flowers. I think I used that in the orange. So it must be I didn't clean it off very good. I did clean it. It just looks dark. That's all. It looks fine. The color's fine, but it just looks darker than I expected. And I was trying to decide if I had used it in black ink, but I didn't. I used it in orange. And I'll use a different one for this side. I use this one in the orange too. Let's see how this looks. That one looks dark too. So I did go through my playing cards, as someone suggested. I didn't find a lot that were one color, but I did find these red crooked cards. That's really cute. And I found a little miniature one with a green house. It's just a green back of the card, so I put that in with my green set, which I will be doing next. I believe this is the cover of a little needle book that I have. I made a copy of it. Quite a bit of glue on there. I'll just put some glue on one edge of this, and it can be a little tuck spot. Guess it doesn't matter if it's a 6 or a 9. I think it was supposed to be a 6. I think I'd like to have a journaling space here. The other colors I had note papers like these that I could use. This is all I have for the red, besides these that I found. Let's look for some washi tape. Pretty sure I have a lot of reds. Yep, I have a lot of reds. I think I'll put this one with the doily pattern on the side of this. So what are you all doing today? Are you crafting along with me? After I finish embellishing the 3 signatures, I'll come back through and maybe add some more of these little pieces. I just don't want to put them all into the first signature, you know. I have this pad. I think somebody sent this to me and I just took it out of the wrapper. I had never used it, but I saw red in there, so I will take this one that's got more red on the background to put on the white. I love this. This is part of my digital kit for the Victorian ephemera pieces. I just think it's so cool. I think I'll probably use it as a little tuck spot or something. It says, do not forget. Seriously, don't you forget. I've had this red washi tape for a long time. This one is from Stampin' Up. The Stampin' Up ones don't peel very good. I think here I will use a piece of this and just make a pocket. Maybe just a tad shorter. I'd like to tuck in one of these little dresses that I have. So I think I'll make it a little shorter yet. Okay, what will we put here? Can put a label on it. I did find this little notepad that has the red stripes on one side. It's got black on the other. At least that would allow you to write something on that dark page. I'm going to put a side pocket here. I have this piece left from the Tim Holtz paper. And because there's a grid on the back, pale gray grid, you can write on that. So I'll just tuck that leftover piece right in there. Or maybe I'll move it to a different pocket and put something contrasting in there. But for now, I'll slip that in there. And on the back here, yeah, we'll just make that into a little tuck spot. We can embellish it with something. There's an H for my last name. Had a nice time at Teddy's birthday party last night. He was so excited. He's 10. And he kept saying it was the best birthday ever. They do charter school at home on computers, and my daughter texted me to let me know that the stuffed tiger that looks like Hobbs from Calvin and Hobbes cartoon comic strip, that's what I got him, in case you weren't watching yesterday. That stuffed tiger was watching over Teddy while he did his schoolwork today. Wow, I got glue on the outside and it rubbed the color right off. So we're going to call this done for now, unless I have leftovers, because I still have to do 2 more signatures. I want to make sure I have enough. So I have this acetate piece. I'm not sure where I got it. Somebody might have sent it to me, but it's got a red design on it, so that would make a beautiful tuck spot. So let's find a place for that. This is another one of my digitals, and it's a large piece. This got cut off at somewhere around here. It goes, but I don't know, but it's part of it. And I cut it off and just made a tuck spot out of that piece. And see which way the pattern shows up best. I know it would be best on white, but I try to leave the white pages for journaling. I think it looks better on that. not sure I like these new wet wipes, which is unfortunate because I bought a pack of 3. They're too soapy. I bought them because it says sensitive care, and I thought it would be better for my stamps. I'll find something to go in there later. This is a "This Journal Belongs To" label, but it's red, so I'm going to put it on here. I think I have one for the... No. Where'd my Reader's Digest page go? Like the fly leaves. Oh, there it is. Okay, I do have one for the front of the book. I will cut that out now and put it in that little top drawer so I know where it is when I need it. This is a page from an Alice in Wonderland book because it's all red, but there's orange over here, so I'm going to put something over this. What shall we do? That works nicely. It's actually not an Alice in Wonderland book, it's a children's story book, but it had Alice in Wonderland in it. Right next to me I have a drawer that has pieces of lined paper, journaling paper. This happens to be scrapbook paper that looks like ledger. So I have a lot of that kind of stuff in there, plus my scraps of ledger paper and lined paper for when I need a journaling spot. Oh, this has red on it. Or is that orange? That's orange. This is a neutral color. So I'm giving you extra journaling space on this book page. Got these little fabric circles. Okay, just leave that. So I want to make that a little stiffer, more sturdy, but rather than cutting it out all around it, like fussy cutting it, I'm just going to glue it to a rectangle. And I'll need to trim some of it because it's a little bit long. So I'll trim it to right there, well, right on that line. That will work. I think I'll trim a little bit more. That looks better. This is from a very, very old seed catalog, and this particular section was for raspberries, and I have the original piece in my stash. Took a little round card in there. All right, I'll stamp something on this page. I'll stamp the word serendipity. It's from a Tim Holtz set. I think I'll stamp this over here. And I'll stamp something else down there so the fabric won't bother it. Oh, I'll have to search for that little flower. She rolled away. Got the same block I just had. I was looking for one slightly smaller. Stampin' Up, I've said it before, Stampin' Up ones, the old ones don't like to stick to the block, so I just put a little glue stick on it. The newer stamps are quite sticky on the back. This is a printable Dot Sweet Chocolate. It might have come from the old design shop, but I'm not positive about that. I'll just put some washi tape here. That's a printable label from Roxy Creations. She has a set that's greens and purples, and you can get the same ones in red, and I'm not sure what the other color is. This one is a red one. You get lots of labels in her label sets. I'm going to put a tab on somewhere. Where should that go? Okay, I'll put it right there. I even had these tabs already punched in my stash. I'm sorry I'm being so quiet. I don't want to bore you, but I also don't want to just talk for the sake of talking. That's quite pretty. I printed this music on cardstock instead of paper one day. So I've slowly been using it up for stuff like this. Let's move it over here. I don't want to fussy cut all around that too close, but it did look really pretty up against that. So I will cut around it some. Very pretty. I guess I'm going to have to go pretty soon. time is it? It's about 4, so it's about time for me to... I try to stop at 4 o'clock and do my chores, my housework for the day before dinner time. So it's almost time for me to stop anyway. I think I'll just let it be a decoration and not a tuck spot or anything. You have lots of room to write in this journal. Just put it over here. Oh, I also found these little playing cards. They're little snap cards, and they're red and black, so they're perfect for this.